Yesterday I made a video about your choices. Today I want to make a video about how high I am. No, I'm joking, but I want to make a video about how it's also about your ideas. So like it's not like somebody's going to come to you and be like, "I have a great idea and you can have it and use this idea." Okay, now even if somebody does do that, you're still the one that has to do the idea. Just like you're the one that has to make the choices, you're the one that has to move. Like I said that yesterday in a video talking about how what did I say? I said something about if I do the push-ups, if I do push-ups for you, how is that going to help your arms? And because basically what that means is like if I sit there and try to work out for you, that's not going to help you, so you're the one that has to work out for you, like, and you're the one that has to, like, if you don't have an idea, like if there's a problem, no one's going to come up with an idea for you. You're the one that's going to have to figure it out. Now, there is a world where, there's a lot of ideas that already exist. So, in that, these ideas that already exist, you're, you can pick a few ideas that already exist. But, if you don't pick an idea and do the idea, then you'll never figure out if the idea will work for you. Like, it's that thing, because you know how, I feel like everybody already knows everything that they need to know to get them to the next step, right? Because I don't think it's about getting to the finish line, because I feel like everyone's trying to learn how to get to the finish line when they haven't even started. So you gotta start, and then you gotta figure out what the next step is. But that's what I mean by figure out, is like there has to be an idea somewhere from like the first step to the second step to the third step. You have to have somewhat of an idea. Now you don't have to know what the fifth step is going to be like when you're not even on the first step. You just have to know what the first step is going to be like. So you have to have an idea. And either you have to have the idea, or yes, you can get ideas from other people, but like I said, the realistic part of this is if you have an issue in your life, it's not like people are going to come up to you with the solution. And once again, even if they did, you're the one that's going to have to actually use the idea and like do something with it. So if we don't do, then nothing gets done type shit. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but it's all on us. Like, and it goes back to, I feel like this has been the theme past few videos, that you know, my life is all on me. And what this means is like a plethora of ideas where it's like, well, that means that it's up to me to make the choices. It's up to me to pick the ideas that I want to work, or that I want to use. And it's up to me to, if I pick an idea and it doesn't work, I have to find a better idea that will work. And that's up to me to go through that and then make the choices through the ideas, figure it out. But like, life is a whole trial and error type thing. Like, it's so complicated, but like, it's like in order to find happiness, it's a trial and error thing. Like, how many hobbies did you find before you found the hobby that set your soul on fire type shit? Like, how many people did you get with before you found your soulmate? How many, like, how many times did you try before you became the painter you are, before you became the musician you are? How many bad songs did you make before you made a great song? How many bad paintings did you make before you made a good painting? Like, it's that thing that the painter had the idea to pick up the paintbrush and then had the idea to keep using it, even if they weren't good at it in the beginning. The same thing with the musician, the same thing with the businessman, right? Like, the businessman that gave up, it just wasn't his thing, you know? It's not that, there's the businessman that didn't give up, and then there's the businessman that did give up. And the main difference, because I'm not talking about the businessman that's successful and not successful, I'm talking about the one that didn't give up and the one that did give up. I'm not equating success into that. I'm just more talking about the person that didn't give up. It's just, it was their thing. And they made that decision, and then they had the idea to keep going, right? So it's like, there's a million ideas already made in the world. You can come up with your own ideas as well. But really, what I think this is it's just we have to figure out how we are going to live our lives. Like, in the past, because there wasn't that many options, it was more like, well, here's the few options that the world gave you, and you kind of chose what do you want to do. But now, there's so many options that it's almost like people are like stuck with that option thing. Like, when you go to that, I forget where I got this idea from, but that thing where they talk about, if there's too many ideas, people kind of freak out and don't know what to pick. But if there's only like 4 or 5 ideas, people tend to have an easier time picking. Now there's so many ideas, so many things that people could do, so many opportunities, so many things that people are like not focusing and like not figuring out, well, I want to do this, so then I got to do this, and what's the thing I need to get to step B, then step C, and step so forth and so on to get to the final step to get to where I'm trying to go or whatever I'm trying to do. Um, you know, if you want to become a good painter, you got to paint a bunch of shitty times. If you want to become a good musician, you got to fail a bunch of times. You want to play an instrument, you got to fail a bunch of times. Like, and that's just the thing. But you're the one that has to pick an idea and like stick with it and see the idea through is what I mean by stick with it. Like, if you have an idea and like, well, you want to play an instrument, or you want to learn FL Studios, or you want to learn you want to just make videos, or you want to learn how to whatever, like, well, the main idea, in order for you to actually learn that thing, it's going to be like many ideas or many steps to get to the point of you actually knowing how to do it. If you say you want to learn how to play an instrument, then there's many steps in between, because the main problem from the start to the finish is, one, it's hard to start. Like, they say starting is the hardest part, but honestly I kind of disagree with that, where I think the hardest part is continuing. Like, the hardest part is when you're in the middle, when you're not really that good, but like if you're taking lessons and you're trying but it's not working, and if you're at that point where it's whatever, you just have to keep going. You have to push past that point, that threshold, and like to get to the other side, and that's how you become good at whatever you're trying to do. Push past the point of trying to quit. And if you made it past the point of trying to quit, then that was something you really wanted to do. But yeah, and that means you had this idea of, well, that's what I want to do, so that's what you did. And if you quit, then you had an idea that this is not what I want to do, and that's fine as well. It's okay to quit things if it's not in your heart. Like, if the thing you're quitting is not in your heart, it's okay to quit it. But if the thing you're quitting is in your heart, I don't know if it's okay to quit it, because it's in your heart. And if it's in your heart, then It's there for a reason. So, like, yeah, I don't know. Just a thought. I appreciate y'all. It's kind of cold today, but I wanted to come out here and make a video. Much love, everybody.